Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform many times that in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happened for the sake of it. Over the weekend, William Ruto team decided to circulate photos of William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and the First Lady in Narok tendering for their cattle. Kenyans were mad, and Kenyans started questioning the timing of those particular photos because Kenyans thought that the First Lady and the President would actually be sympathetic to other Kenyans who are suffering in Nyando as a result of flooding, in Nairobi as a result of flooding, and in Garissa and other parts of the country. And indeed, the team, through Dennis Itumbi, after the backlash, decided to explain to Kenyans why they shared those particular photos. This is what Itumbi is saying. President Ruto and First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto passed by the farm to plant some trees as they inspected the farm, like many farmers who are closely monitoring their crop as rain continue falling. And if you look at these photos, of course, these are farm. These are farm clearly, and from the photos, there is nowhere the two are planting trees here. So which means they felt the wrath of Kenyans. So in response, the next day, which was on Monday, William Ruto went to Mathare, which is going to form the basis of this analysis. And while in Mathare, William Ruto laid an elaborate PR stunt strategies. For example, you all remember William Ruto buying bananas from that lady. So in this video, I want us to figure out why the president would choose to go to Mathare for PR purposes. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Yesterday, William Ruto, accompanied by senior government officials, were in Mathare. And the question which most Kenyans were asking, why would they take 72 hours to go to Mathare? And what was the real objective of their trip to Mathare? For us to understand that, let us figure out some few things that we could see. Visible things. The first thing we could see from the photos which they shared was how they were jumping and the strategic positioning when they were taking some of those photos. Those photos were intended or were meant to serve PR purposes. That is the honest truth. The second thing which we can see is the specific houses which they visited. William Ruto went to specific houses, entered into them, of course, talked to the people there. You would think he did that because he was sympathetic to them. For me, it was pure PR. And I'm going to explain. Number 3, the purchasing of the banana from that particular lady, young girl there. And of course, you could see the other young children. Why would William Ruto go to Mathare? You know, we are talking about a president, not any other person. Going to Mathare. Or like now, the president going to Nyalenda here, where I stay here. Then, those mamas selling mandazis are not there. Any other person is not there. The only person is there is either someone, a lady, a young girl selling mandazi. And that road is normally very, very busy. Several questions were raised. As actually, Kenyans raised several questions about the encounter. The first question they raised was the choice of yellow. That small girl was in yellow. Yellow is associated with UDA party. The small girl was in yellow slippers. It can't be coincidence that the UDA party leader was in an area and bought bananas, which are yellow in color, from a young girl who was also putting yellow. And the other question which most Kenyans were raising is why the road was clear. Of course, I don't want to dispute the fact that the lady was selling bananas. But where are those other bananas she was selling? You want to tell me she's the only person who was selling there? So William Ruto wanted to achieve certain political objectives through all the PR initiatives. Buying the bananas, visiting those homes, seemed to be jumping, moving around the Mathare. So, but why would he use PR? Number one, the hustler narrative is dead. So it was a good opportunity for William Ruto to try to revive the hustler narrative. For those who followed William Ruto's campaign, 2022, William Ruto was either buying mandazis, buying Mahindi Choma on the street. William Ruto was either buying bananas in the crowd. Since he became the president of the Republic of Kenya, have you seen William Ruto with your naked eyes going to a place? It's not even campaign, and in fact, his rallies are not well attended these days. Those times the rallies were fully attended. Then you would see some young girl selling banana, or mama selling bananas or roasted maize or whatever, and then William Ruto would just go and pick, because he wanted to be seen as a hustler. That's exactly what William Ruto wanted to come out from the trip. That he went to a place of poor people, bought bananas, bought sugarcane, shared with the kids. The truth is, William Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya. There are better things. There are better things William Ruto would have done to this lady. Which school? Pay school fee or take care of her throughout. Or maybe look for the family, offer them jobs. Sustainable. But in this case, he decided just to buy. I don't know whether the young girl and the boys were left to continue selling whatever they were selling there. So that was his first objective. The second objective is that William Ruto was keen on proving to Kenyans that things are back to normal, which is not the case. That families had their homes demolished, that the floodings affected almost everybody, but life is back to normal in those regions. Because I remember Mathare was one of the affected. It was affected in a very bad way, Mathare. Then William Ruto goes there. Then the lady sells bananas. The kids are selling sugarcane. He wants to tell Kenyans things are back to normal because the kids are selling bananas. Sugarcane are also being sold. That's the point he wanted to prove to Kenyans, that guys, we had a problem, but now Kenyans are back to doing whatever they were doing before. For me, the choice of the kids, of the girls and the boys, those small girls and boys, was not the best. William Ruto ought to have picked a woman, or even like he used to do during the Mahindi Choma, would have picked one of his security team to go and sell the bananas there, not those small girls. Number three, William Ruto, just like I said, has lost the hustler narrative. But he wants to figure out how he can be seen to be reconnecting with the poor. He's not doing it the way he used to do, but now he wants to be reconnected, going to their houses. And it's not new. Those who remember when William Ruto was the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, and he would go to these houses which were almost falling to install electricity. Yeah, so instead of building a house which is almost falling, they were installing electricity, because by installing a single electricity, there were people who were benefiting, because installing a single electricity would mean someone was supplying the poles, someone was supplying the wire, someone had the tender. So for them, it was about business. Now, Ruto and the team were actually trying to reconnect with the poor. That sisi, we can come, tumekuja, tumeingia kwako. Sisi tumekuja, tumenunua hizi vitu. Trying to reconnect, because he's being accused of having lost touch in a very big way. Number 4, William Ruto also wanted to gain political capital during the visit. How? I know you want to ask me. Let me explain to you guys. Raila Odinga was in Mukuru Kwa Reuben. William Ruto goes to Mathare. Then Raila Odinga went to Mukuru Kwa Reuben with his team, Azimio co-principals, elected leaders, MCS there, and everybody was there. He said whatever he said, came out as politics, and of course it became a matter of national discussion. Then William Ruto decides, okay, that's what Raila did. For me, I want to do it differently. I just want to go there with Kindiki, Raila Molo, senior government officials. But we are not going to even have a single member of parliament, a single governor. Let me ask you, do you think the area MP, or even the governor, or even people like Jalango who follow William Ruto, would have heard that Ruto was in Mathare and failed to show up? No, they were not wanted there. They were not. Even Sakaja, the governor, would have been here to see this, to check on the situation with the president. But he was not there because William Ruto wanted it to appear like Raila played politics. For me, I'm coming with compassion, coming alone, coming with a small team of senior government officials just to address the matters. Because remember, there are people whose houses were demolished. They were rained on. In fact, there's even a young boy who lost his life trying to save a few properties from the house, because by the time the demolition was taking place, I think the mother and the father had already left. They were not there. So in the process of trying to save, he lost his life there. So Ruto wanted to make it appear as if it's not political. And lastly, he also wanted publicity, which he got. So I don't know what to think. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.